If you are broke, freelance. 2020 is coming up, and freelancing is nearing 50% of the entire workforce in the world. So more and more people are freelancing. More and more people are exchanging skills for money. And it's this very intimate relationship that a lot of people are having with businesses now. It's not go to work and be this corporate worker. It's I'm going to exchange time for money, and that's it. No benefits, none of that. So if you are broke, financially struggling, the simplest thing to do is go and get that freelance gig. And I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you how. Well, one, you could do this from the comfort of the internet, the comfort of your computer screen. You don't need to go and work on your impressions or your appearance or your personality. You don't need to go for some sort of an interview, which might require you to dress up a bit, and that costs money. But freelancing, you can hop on Craigslist, you can hop on Upwork, and you can get a freelance gig within a couple days. I did it. It doesn't take much. Now, Upwork, if you're going to use a platform, a freelance platform, that can take time. Okay, you might not get accepted right away. So if you're broke, I would probably lean towards Craigslist. And how do you get a gig? Well, you go on the gig section, you take a look, you have a look at what's going on, what are the most popular things. Now, I'll tell you right now, if you go on there, you'll find a bunch of things about videographers, photographers, marketing assistants. Marketing's a great area, right? I'm in marketing, so I love freelance marketing. I think there's tremendous opportunity there. I don't see that going away anytime soon. Businesses need marketing help. So you could easily hop on there. You know something about social media? Awesome. You could offer that. Now, a little secret here. Say businesses are posting jobs, right? They're posting jobs on Craigslist. Happens all the time. There's a new job posting every day on Craigslist. It doesn't have to be in your area. You see, this is the other advantage of freelancing. It's location independent. You can find a gig anywhere, all over the world. But with Craigslist, you can go on the job postings and you can say, hey, I know I'm not in the area, but I'd be happy to offer you some marketing services until you find somebody to do the job. So you could do that. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people just keep struggling, thinking, this isn't going to work. No one's going to say yes. But you'll be surprised how many people are struggling to find qualified talent, qualified job applicants for their local area. So think about that. Think about hopping onto Craigslist, getting that gig. That's the easiest, simplest approach because you honestly don't need to put a resume together. You don't need to brush up on your hair. You don't need to worry about selling yourself. It's more, how can you solve a problem for a business? And this is why freelancing is the way to go if you are broke. Not go get a job. Because go get a job means perhaps 3 months of applying to jobs, perhaps 6 months, perhaps a year. It requires resources in terms of, well, you'll at least need some sort of clothing attire to look presentable in the interview. There is the angst around rejection and just the overall lack of maybe jobs in your area, right? You just might not have enough opportunities in your area to get a job, and that is common. So, freelancing is not going away. Businesses need help, okay? They need assistance. So, if you could just hop on there, grab a freelance gig, then you'll be fine. Now, let's look at a personal story on my end. I've done two things. I've done searching for the job the hard way, and I've done freelancing the hard way. So I had my car and I was driving around trying to get a job, and the fact is after 3 months, I didn't get any interviews because nobody would hire me for a simple business gig. It just seemed like the resume didn't get through past the gatekeeper. Now, I could have done a better job. I could have done some more research, maybe chosen the companies I really wanted to work for, and I could have followed up. But it didn't take much time before I realized I had gone through most of the industrial parks in my area, and it was quite discouraging. Several months later, now I had a lot of time. Luckily, I was living with my parents, so I didn't have to worry about money. But several months later, I decided to try freelancing on Upwork. And within a month, I got a gig that generated on its own over $10,000 for me over the span of a year. Just that one gig. And it was a great relationship that I built with this one client. And this is all through Upwork. And within a month, I got that. So now you can see how things go. I think you could go even quicker, though. You skip Upwork and you just go Craigslist. And you hit up Craigslist. You send out 50, how can I help emails every single day until you get some sort of action. Now, another approach is you say, hey, I'll give you my services for free. Like, let's just build a relationship here. Let's build a partnership. Let's make this work. So that's what you could do as well. I think that's a great idea. And a lot of people do not give away free work, and that's how you're going to set yourself apart from everyone else, by giving away free work. Eventually, you're going to charge for it. Eventually, you're going to put a number to it, a price figure. Don't worry about that. Right now, you're just trying to get that client. But it would be tough to say no to a free client, to a free freelancer type client relationship. So it's no risk. I know you're saying, oh, but I need to make money. Just set it up so that it's maybe like a week of work. So you give a week of work, and if it translates into something, you get a commission, a percentage of what it is you're doing. That's how you turn this into a real business opportunity for you. But to get into the door, you need to be genuinely helpful, right? You'll see a lot of books out there. Jab, 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 right hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. I might have added a few jabs in there, but that's a good book that shows you that you need to give, and then eventually ask. Now, if you can give as much as you can, eventually maybe you don't even have to ask. People will just offer. So you could do it like give, and it's tremendous giving to the point where you just get offered. That's taking it to a next level. But that means your work has to be really good. Now, because you're starting off as a freelancer, you might not have the experience, you might not be good. So, and you're broke, and maybe you've got some health concerns mentally, maybe you're just not quite in it. So you need these small wins. But if I could just recommend one thing if you're broke, it's to just hop on Craigslist, send as many emails as you can every single day until you get your gig. I guarantee you it'll be a lot quicker than a month, because I didn't have experience and I got clients in a month. I convinced people that I knew something about marketing. It doesn't take much, right? I've put out a bunch of other videos here to help in terms of the freelancing. I'll probably do a little bit more about it because I've done freelancing, I've done marketing for a lot of different businesses, and it's probably good for me to share all of this mixed in with pretty much any kind of video I want to create. But this freelancing is important, because I'm seeing it grow. So I want to help people on this aspect. And there's a lot of people out there that are financially struggling, or they're dependent on the government, right? So you might not be broke, but you're dependent on someone or something to pay the bills. Craigslist. Just cut out everything else, because Craigslist is simple. You don't need an account. You just hop on there and grab the gigs. And it doesn't have to be in your location. I recommend branching off. A lot of gigs in San Francisco, and they're high-paying gigs, and they're on Craigslist. Look, don't stick your nose out or look away at Craigslist and think, I'm better than that. Right now, anything works, but I'm telling you, Craigslist is a quick win, right? It's a way to get your Rolodex going, right? This is the launch pad. And it might actually be the thing that you only need to use. It might be the business platform that you stick with. A lot of people will say, but you got LinkedIn. And yeah, there's a lot of different platforms. But if you're just starting out, your approach is, I need to get businesses to notice me. So you send out an email, something simple. Hey, services, anything that you need help with in terms of marketing, anything you need help with, or anything you need help with in terms of videos or what have you, just something that you're skilled at, right? Come and figure out what it is you're skilled at. Sit down, figure that out, offer that. And you won't be broke for much longer if you stick to it. But a lot of people don't stick to it. They kind of give up. And you don't want to do that. You want to keep pushing. So I hope you do. So give it a try. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that turns things around. I think a lot of people who are struggling have a lot of different things they want to approach. They want to try a number of different things. That's dangerous. I've gone down that road. What you want to do is cut down on the number of things that you want to try and get it down to one thing that you want to try. So if you're watching this, I'm trying to be really honest with you and say, forget about all the different platforms, forget about everything. I'm not affiliated with Craigslist, but that's literally the quickest win for you. Okay? You don't have time to be messing around with these platforms, because these other platforms take away commissions. And you might be able to do a cash deal through Craigslist. You might be able to set up a PayPal or something and get paid that way, or by check, what have you. A lot of these businesses can invoice, right? It's not a very difficult thing. That's a simple approach. Your approach is not to worry about all the admin stuff behind the scenes. Right now, you want to get the leads through the door, right? It's just like marketing. It's leads generation. That's what you're trying to do for your life right here. So if you do that, I think you'll see some success and you'll see some turnaround opportunities here. Oh, hopefully that helps. Until next time, bye.